There's an old saying, learn the rules, master the rules, so that you can break the rules properly. The saying that would actually apply to this, learn the rules so you can figure out whether you even want to play the game. Hi, my name is James, and this is my take on reality. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Janelle and Kody and how she's trying to navigate the financial woes that she has and shares with her sister wives and her deadbeat ass husband Kody. Now, before we get involved or into it, I would ask that if you're getting anything from the content, if you're enjoying it, that you consider subscribing if you're not subscribed. It really helps the channel out. It helps me out. And hey, who doesn't want to help a brother out? So go ahead, give me that HBO special, which stands for Help a Brother Out Special. Click that subscribe button. Click that bell for notifications on when we upload videos, and I'd appreciate it. Also, if you're already subscribed, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are making my day by subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you want to continue to support the channel, you can go ahead and give us the easy thumbs up to let me know that you're still enjoying the content and you're still getting something from it. Now let's get it. Now when we start this off, as I mentioned, the problem that Janelle has, the biggest problem she has, God bless her heart, is the fact that she is a rule follower. She's going along with the deal. Her and the sister wives, they all came up to a deal where they said that everything that we have, we're going to do as a family. We're going to unite and move forward as one. All the crap that Kody and Robin and Mary are saying to Christine now, they have said previously to these women, and Janelle bought the whole donkey lock, stock, and barrel. She bought into the idea that they were all going to move forward. They were all going to look out for each other, that her money was their money and their money was her money, and it was all going to be family money. The reality in the execution of that, though, is something completely different and is foreign to what is actually going on. And I don't even blame Janelle, because it's too easy to sit around and say, oh, that was dumb. You shouldn't have trusted Kody. You shouldn't have trusted this one or that one. The truth of the matter is there's people every day who fall into the same trap, in the same situation. If you really think about it, if you have a friend or you have a family member, a brother, a sister, a mother, uncle, dad, whoever, and you guys decide to go into business together, how easy would it be for you guys to start making that money? And you know the saying, with more money, more problems. As you start to get wealthy, you start to get prestige, and your business is growing and expanding, and you're becoming successful in your own right because of this business. How easy would it be for you to just have a simple disagreement on the direction you want to take the business? What happens when you try to split that business up? There's too many times in the world where people look at that money and they say, I know we both signed the paper. I know we both had the idea. I know originally when we were working, we worked together and we slaved together to make this business great. But you know what? I've been doing a lot more work than this person. And I think I deserve 60%. 80% or 100% of the profits. The hell, they don't even have the right mind for the business or whatever the case may be. How many people got married thinking that they were going to help their significant other get through medical school, law school, or some kind of higher education program? And the agreement was, I want to help you get through school. You graduate, you start your job, then you can help me get through school or help me start my business so I can start to develop myself. And as soon as that first person gets theirs, all of a sudden they forget the deal. And all of a sudden they want to change the deal. And that's where Janelle finds herself at now. She's in a situation where Kody, Mary, and Robin have all preached the song and sang the song, especially to Christine in her situation, that we're all together. Family money is so we contribute and we all kick in and we help one another and blah, 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 blah. But as soon as Christine says, okay, you know what? I want to wash my hands in this situation. I'm tired of it. I think I want to go. I want to opt out. As Cody's always said is an option. I want to opt out and no longer do this. I want to take my cut and I want to leave. Now all of a sudden, the money is mixed in with each other. And if you think about it, let's just talk about Christine's part of this first. And then we're going to do a comparison to how Janelle's is slightly different, because these two women are actually running along parallel tracks in the same direction. In Christine's case, when she decided she was going to leave and she was going to take her money with her, what she did was she had a house in Las Vegas. They were going to sell the house for profit. It took a little longer for her to sell her home. So because she had a mortgage in Las Vegas, when she gets to Arizona, as most people know, and most people who have houses will understand, that when you have a mortgage in one place, then for you to be able to go out and get a second mortgage somewhere else for another piece of property, you have to have either a significant down payment, or you have to have enough collateral or credit, enough good credit standing to where you would be able to purchase that. Most banks wouldn't feel comfortable with that loan. Circa 2008, bank collapse. So they don't want to take that risk. So in order for her to purchase that home in Arizona, she needed to have a co-signer and she needed to have a significant down payment. Now, when she put the down payment down for the home in Arizona, she was lucky enough to be able to sell the house in Las Vegas. Upon selling the home in Las Vegas, she was able to take some of that money and put it towards Coyote Pass, and she took some of that money and put it towards her home in Arizona to pay back the family, so that way, when she bought out the family, that's how she got her name 100% on the title and the deed for that home. That's how she was able to do it. She took out her own mortgage, she was making all the payments, and everything was in her name. That's why when she was sitting there arguing with Kody, Kody was trying to figure out how he could get some of that money, but there was no way he could get that money, because if he ever tried to take her to court, there was nothing he could say because the house was in her name. So bully for her for being smart enough to say, I don't want to rent a house, I want to buy a house. If we're going to move there, I'm buying a house. I'm not going to sell a house to rent a house. I'm going to sell an asset to buy an asset. That was smart thinking on Christine. Honestly, I think that Christine had already started thinking about possibly an exit plan, even when she was in Vegas. So when they were talking about selling the homes and all that, of course she wasn't going to come here and lop her money in with Kody. Now, if you listen to what Kody was saying, well, we used family money to help Christine with her down payment. And so now when she's selling the home, we would like to take the equity out of that house, split it, then take and pay off Coyote Pass, and then we'll give back Christine her money and we'll buy Christine out. This is basically a robbery. He was going to rob Christine. How is he going to rob Christine, you ask? I will illustrate it by saying this. There is a football player who went over to Russia. He won the Super Bowl. He was one of the Super Bowl champions. He went over to Russia. He was sitting there talking to Vladimir Putin. Putin was sitting there with him at dinner. He said, wow, that's a nice ring. Can I try it? It was a Super Bowl ring. They make them things nice. Got diamonds. It was shiny, glossy, blinding. And so Putin said, let me try it. He put that ring on his finger, looked at it, and he said, oh, this is really nice. He got up, walked away from the table, and went to leave the room. The football player, of course, he jumped up out of his seat and said, hey, you forgot to give me my ring. One of Putin's bodyguards looked at him and said, look, man, it's over. He already got it. It's over. Right? Meaning that you just got robbed, playboy. You just got hit. You got. It's done. It's done data. Sit your ass down before something happened to you. Right? That's where he was. If Christine would have did the same thing in this whole arrangement with Kody, she would have gave him money out of her pocket after the sale of the home, and then she was hoping to get some of that money back from Coyote Pass. That property is wrapped up with so many different people's names on so many different parcels of property that there's no way Christine would have been able to get a dime out of that Coyote Pass property. She would have to settle for whatever Kody decided he was going to give her. So Christine, being smart, said when Kody was like, oh, well, we just take half the money and put it on Coyote Pass, it'd be great. She said, no, ass, I'm not giving you nothing. We're not doing it that. You can take your money from Coyote Pass. I'll take my money from my house that I have my name on, and that'll be mine, and we'll be done. Now, with Janelle's situation is completely different. When Janelle sold her house, according to her, she took her money and a lot of it, a good part of it, went on to Coyote Pass. She is part owner in that big lot that's right next to the lot with the pond. That's the lot where she's going to build at. Her, Kody, and Mary are actually owners of that lot. That lot is completely paid off because Janelle took her house money and put it on that lot. She also took her house money and helped Robin to purchase her home. So when Kody talks about the family gave Robin money and the family gave Christine money, nay. It was Janelle who gave Robin money. She gave her the profits from her home sale from Vegas. Now Janelle is in a situation where she's saying, as the family, I played the rules. I helped out the family. I gave my money to the family when I got money in. Now the family is supposed to help me out because we helped out Robin. We helped out Christine. Hey, now it's my turn. Let me get my cut so I could build my house, so I could do for my family, so I could get something in my name. Like Christine has something in her name. Robin had something in her name. Mary had something in her name, the bed and breakfast. Now I want to get something in my name. The whole time, as I talked about in my video, something strange is happening on Coyote Pass. Something strange is happening on Coyote Pass. Kody is not excited about her building on Coyote Pass. He is stumbling on her. He's slowing her down. He's stopping her from doing it. There's no reason why, because the land that she owns, he keeps talking about Coyote Pass has to be paid off before they build anything on that property. The land that Janelle wants to build on is owned by the family, and she could build on that lot immediately. The only difference is that they talking about they want to move the lines and they want to readjust the lines of the property. All they're doing is they're moving from the property that she owns right now, partially sits on the lake or that little pond that they have. They want to move it over so the pond will be completely in that lot that Christine and Kody own, and they're going to move Janelle's property over a little bit to where those two lots that they were going to combine to one that Robin owned. If Janelle wants to build her house, unless she's building a mega mansion, if she builds a little Mick mansion, one of those little tiny Mick mansions, she can put that just offset a little bit to the left. If you're looking at the property towards the pond, you offset a little bit to the left and she could build her house there. And then when everything gets paid off, you just move the property lines however you want. And it is what it is. Janelle would have her house and she could move in and you just deed everything to her per the family. The family isn't serious about building on Coyote Pass. I had said in that previous video that it's weird to me that Kody and Robin aren't excited about building on Coyote Pass. Kody decided he was going to break Coyote Pass down to 5 individual lots. And as I thought about it, I said, well, how many kids does Robin have? 5. So most likely they're trying to get this property to give to Robin's kids. Why do I say that even further? What sense did it make for Robin to go out and buy $1 million home when she's not even 15 minutes away from Coyote Pass? Why would you buy $1 million home 15 minutes away from a place where you're planning on building your forever home? That doesn't make any sense. Hell, even when Christine bought her house, she was only about 15-20 minutes away from Coyote Pass. Kody should have known something was up when she did that, right? And why are these people buying homes if they plan on building on Coyote Pass? If that was the whole plan, why would you waste money on purchases? It's not like they're all independently wealthy. They just have all this extra money laying around. Janelle got trapped because when we talk specifically about Janelle was following the rules. She was doing what they all say that you should do, good sister wives should do. You can leave anytime you want and you'll have an asset to pass down to your kids, bop, 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 bop. But now, Janelle is the only person sitting over there without an asset to pass down to anybody. She ain't got to stick a stone for nobody, and she's dumped all kinds of money into the relationship. If you look at Christine, one of the arguments that Kody had was that Christine didn't have a full-time job. She didn't work. Why? Because Janelle, Mary, and Kody were working most of the time and Christine was watching the kids. But now you have the person with the most asset is Robin, and she hasn't worked a day in the marriage. She hasn't put in any money towards anything, but she has the most value out of the marriage. So when Janelle looks at it, yeah, she could be mad and she could be upset. But Janelle's trying to keep her cool. But the reality of it is that Kody is never going to let her put something in her name by herself. Because he's too scared that if he does that, she's going to walk out on him. So he's going to do whatever it takes in order to make sure that his name is sitting right beside hers on anything she purchases and anything that she builds. The biggest problem that I have with this whole thing is that everybody, according to the rules, in this fantasy marriage that everybody have, because paper don't mean nothing, ceremony don't mean nothing, licensed legal marriage, that don't mean nothing. We all spiritually married. The funny thing is, the second Christine wanted to leave, all of a sudden the spirituality went out the window. Then all of a sudden, Kody wanted to talk about lawyers. He was talking about courts. He was talking about court documents. He was talking about contracts, and he was talking about legally binding agreements. Mr. I don't care about weddings and marriage because it don't mean nothing. He cares about that stuff. He knows about that stuff and he don't mind using that stuff. He just don't want to use it when it comes to child support, alimony, or having to actually marry some of these women. If you want it to be completely fair in a polygamous situation, this is part of the reason why I disagree with it, is because the women who are the second, third, fourth wives or whatever in perpetuity, they can't defend themselves. They can't protect themselves because they don't have the support of the legal system. They have no legal protections. It's better for you to have everything nailed down as far as a legal codicil, a contract, than for you to just do it with a handshake. Because when everybody is getting along, everybody can imagine a problem. But the moment that you no longer get along, then all of a sudden everybody wants their cut, and their cut is always bigger than what you think it should be. Final thoughts. Make sure when you get into these relationships that you just don't go into it with the love and the best intentions. You always want to keep your head about yourself. You always want to keep your mind facing forward, and you want to think about what it is you're going to do. It's okay to trust people. It's okay to believe people. It's okay for you to go along with the deal, but you want to make sure that the deal is something that you can live with. And you want to make sure that the deal in and of itself is enforceable. Even if you write something down and just say, look, this is how we're going to break things up. If something were to happen, not saying that something will happen, but if something were to happen, this is where it is. If something happens to Kody, he's out there shucking wood and something happens to him, you don't want Robin to decide whether she's going to allow you, Janelle, to keep your property. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. I'm James. This is my take on reality, and I'm out. 'Cause I've been living